Gemini, what is up, Buttercup? We are doing your reading today. It is general, it is timeless. Take what resonates, leave the rest, so don't force it to fit. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. My name is Jordyn. I'm a master Reiki practitioner, spiritual and shamanic life coach, and I read tarot. So for all information about personal bookings, courses I have created, and more, check out my website in the description box. But we're going to look into your energy, the energy around you, and the advice or action from spirit, right? I almost said adjustments are required. Adjacent possibilities. Let's see the energy around you. That was your energy. The temple path. Ooh, I like this. Yep. Okay. This is really nice, Gemini. I like this because this to me is you getting rid of any self-sabotaging behavior or relationships or situations that were standing in the way of you really aligning with your path, because you quite literally, your energy is adjacent possibilities, which tells me that you're going through a period of time where you're going to have to make a decision on where to give your energy, give your time, give your attention to people and to other things, as well as the energy around you is the temple path, right? So this speaks to being in alignment with your highest good, right? Your higher self, what is meant for you. So this is the right people, the right relationships, all the things that are destined for your soul are trying to come your way, but you're just going to have to make a little shift or two. So we're going to look into what that shift is and what's trying to come to you. And I love that the advice from spirit or the action is, let it light up, the crown chakra, right? And it's 41, which breaks down to a 5, which tells me that you're going through a shift of consciousness. So this could mean that you're rethinking the way that you take care of yourself and your mental health is improving, right? Which in turn makes you more positive. The more positive we are, the higher state of consciousness we are, the more positive things that we start to attract into our life, right? Like love, abundance, happiness, peace, good health, success, wealth, etc., right? All the fan-titty-tastic things that we want. Now, your overall energy is deceit in reverse. This is a great thing because it's in reverse. With deceit in reverse, that's why it's very clear, it's very evident that these obstacles, they're washing away and they're leading you towards your purpose. Because if deceit was upright, it would tell me that this energy is still present. It's still currently here. This tells me that it's washing away and it's something that you're in the midst of releasing. I'll hold it up right though, just so you can see the card. This is Energy Oracle for those of you who are curious. Underneath this is the Queen of, I always want to say Queen of Hearts, but it's the woman holding a heart. It's number 44. 44 is Leo energy. It's also the heart chakra. And underneath that is the man holding a heart. So this shift, this change is most likely going to lead you towards more balanced relationships. It's going to lead you towards somebody who's very willing to be emotionally vulnerable with you and possibly also allow you to start to become more emotionally vulnerable with them. Makes a lot of sense. We have Venus retrograde in Leo right around the corner. We're in the pre-shadow right now. It starts on July 22nd. This is a time where we're reviewing our relationship with ourselves as well as our relationship with other. Retrograde's not bad. If you hear retrograde and you're like, oh my God, like Mercury retrograde gets a really bad rep. But Mercury, it's really just the mind's planet. Retrograde just means review. So it's more so about reviewing things that we've acted or behaved or felt towards ourselves and others in the past, to restructure it, right? It's kind of like the check-in for the collective. That's why it happens once a year. It's like, hey, everybody, check in with yourself. Like, where can you improve? So this is in regards to relationships, finances, and luxury with Venus being retrograde. So let's look at your energy with adjacent possibilities. Yes, 7 of Swords, which is self-sabotaging behavior, which is deception. Okay. I do feel that some of you might be thinking about going back to an old relationship or reaching out, doing something that you're like, I feel tempted to do it, but I don't know if I really want to go and commit to this temptation, right? With the 9 of Wands there, tells you that your willpower is really strong. Like you're like, no, I shouldn't do this. This is not right. It's just going to cause chaos. It's just going to put me back somewhere I don't want to be, with the thoughts on your mind. So let's dive into this a little bit. Let's see what this is. And mind you, if these two energies are flip-flopped, energies can be reversed. So if you resonate more with that when you get there, so be it. This could be the energy around you. Check out Patreon if you want access to the weekly love readings. I do a love reading for every sign every week. And yeah, let's see what's going on here. Let's look at the 7 of Swords. Ooh. Okay, I like this. This is actually really good. You're starting to become really aware of, it's like you know you've done the healing. King of Swords is Aquarius energy, by the way. I really like the fact that you're starting to see how much you have grown, how much you have healed. Between the 7 and the 4 is a 3 of Swords. So with Venus retrograde, this could be a time where you really want to talk about a fight that you used to have, or go back to an ex, or maybe you're currently in a relationship and you're thinking about a different relationship of the past. There's a part of you that is not seeing that this is a little piece of codependency. So be mindful if you have a tendency of wanting to reach out or talk to people when you probably don't want to be talking to those people, because it's actually a self-sabotaging behavior that's rooted in a lack of self-worth, or feeling as if you need that affection, that attention externally, because you need to learn to give it to yourself, right? Because Empress is feminine energy. It's very reciprocal. In reverse, it's like, I want more than I'm willing to give, right? Or vice versa, okay? Let's look at the 9 of Wands. I don't think you're going to give into this, but I think it's the temptation energetically that's showing up. Yeah. You're like, no, I'm not going to go back to these people, these situations that no longer resonate with me. I know something new is coming. Okay, so let's get one card on the 9 of Swords. Justice. Beautiful. I like this. You're really, so this is great because it tells me that you're solidifying this lesson, right? Wheel of Fortune, beautiful. A lot of support from the universe here. Jupiter, Sagittarius energy, Libra energy. Empress is going to be Libra, Taurus, Venus energy. So very fitting with what we were saying about Venus being retrograde. But Gemini, I really like this because, and underneath it is the freaking Lovers, which is your energy. That's amazing. This tells me that you're really starting to recognize how much you deserve really healthy relationships, and maybe old behaviors or habits that you used to act in this current relationship or a previous one. You're like, okay, I got to stop doing that. I'm not going to go back to it. Your awareness, your self-awareness is just incredible. I love this for you. That's great. Okay, let's look at this. I'm not going to lie. This feels like a little chaotic. Sorry if I'm playing with my hair a lot. I have one long hair that's like coming down the center of my face, and I'm just like, listen. Let's look at the Temple path. Okay, this is who you're dealing with. Oh, my face is getting like flush with this. Okay. So they're new to spirituality. There's something, and it doesn't have to be like what the connotation with spirituality is. This could be someone who's just now starting to enter into a very significant life cycle. Yep, 10 of Cups, beautiful. So there's that significance. That's that cyclic energy of the 10 of Cups. When I have my face start to get hot, it just tells me it's an influx of energy. This person's finally opening themselves up to receive the love that you have to offer. So you might be realizing that you don't need to beg for it in this relationship. You don't need to beg for them to love you. They do love you. They love you very much, and they're willing to give it back to you. And if that's not something you experienced with this person in the past, they're about to enter into the phase where the love between you two does not have to be fought for. It doesn't have to be an argument. It doesn't have to be a power struggle. It is meant for you. It is very much meant for you. It's very loving. I like this. The 10 of Cups, very nice. Okay. They said 2 more, so we'll do that. Okay. I'm going to take the 2 on top. I'll take them both. Yeah, why not? Why not? They both had 1 underneath. So we had the Sun in reverse and the Hierophant. Yeah, so this is beautiful. This is really beautiful. I know you might look at it like the Sun's in reverse. Why is that beautiful? It's beautiful because it tells me that you're learning the lesson of the parts of yourself that you keep small, or the parts of yourself that you've allowed others to make small, right? Because the Sun in reverse is indicative of depression and oppression, right? So with the Hierophant, it tells me that this contract, this relationship, and also this just journey you've gone on together has taught you a lot about how to heal the parts of yourself that might be a little reluctant to let people in, or reluctant to really commit to building a foundation with somebody out of the fear of not being enough, or being made to feel like you're not enough, right? So let's dive in. Ooh, I like their energy that's coming in. It does feel a little bit like a Knight, because I feel like they're teeter-tottering between their new energy and like learning how to solidify this energy. And Knights are indicative of being the traveler. Let's take this one. 5 of Pentacles, very nice. Oh, I like this a lot. There's the Page, Hierophant, and the 10 of Wands. Beautiful. Queen of Wands in reverse, interesting, Leo energy. With the Page of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles, okay, this is the false story. This is so that you both shared the wound of not feeling enough. And it does not only have to be in regards to your relationship. This could be like not feeling enough in regards to your work and to your body image, whatever it is. But by releasing that and realizing you are enough and you're safe to be all that you are in this relationship, you're releasing that burden. This commitment's not going anywhere. This is like a marriage to me. That's really what this feels like. It feels more like a marriage. I do see underneath the Queen of Wands is that Knight of Wands energy. And this is that energy where both of you might really struggle to receive. You both might have a tendency of like your feminine showing up as like, so distorted feminine can be very like, I do love you, but I know my worth. And it's almost like they think they kind of got to be like this, a little harsh. You could be a very empowered feminine, but that harshness, that rigidity falls away, right? It's safe to be soft. It's safe to be gentle, but you can be gentle and confident. You can be gentle and empowered all at the same time. And both people are understanding, regardless of gender, how to embody this. So it's not like an impulsive, like, well, I needed this from you, like a sassiness of, I know my worth, right? It doesn't have to be sassy. You just, I know my worth and I need this, and let's talk about a way to get there. There's a need to learn to be receptive, vulnerable, and present without feeling as if you need to fight to be heard. That's kind of what this feels like, is people really fighting to be heard. And they're fighting so much to be heard that they're not hearing that each of you are fighting for the same thing. I like this though. You're doing a lot of work together. You are. It's a very deep connection. It's going to help your communication. It's going to help your spiritual growth. It's also going to help your personal development, right? How you really care for yourself and how you show up in other relationships, regardless if it's romantic or platonic or professional, right? Which is platonic, I hope. Whatever floats your boat. Let's look at the crown. This is advice from Spirit. Oh, beautiful. High Priestess, Four of Cups. I like this. You're getting rid of distortion. You're getting rid of the part of you that wants to reject the very things you want, right? So this is self-sabotaging. It's like, oh, the sky's gonna fall. Let me make it fall before it falls unexpectedly and scares the living hell out of me, right? So it's getting to that place of trusting in the universe, no longer fearing that fall and knowing that you are supported. I like this. You both are gonna get to a place where you just kind of learn to flow with one another. Yeah, Hermit in reverse. Yeah. I think both people are the kind of people that need time alone though. You both need time to recharge. You're very sensitive, which would explain like the flush I was feeling in my face. Yep, Nine of Pentacles. You're both very independent. Ten of Cups, and there's a lot of love. But you both have a lot of aspirations, a lot of goals that you want to explore. This makes a lot of sense. Gemini, you love to travel. Please ignore my voice. I know I'm losing it. Been doing a lot of readings this week, a lot of coaching, so just bear with me. But with the Hermit in reverse and the Ten of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, this tells me that you both are very independent, but you both also really cherish family and relationships. You also might have a tendency of wanting to be kind of like the matriarch or the leader in the family, right? The one that people lean on or go to, like Emperor energy, divine masculine, divine feminine, doesn't matter. You want to be the one that people lean on and rely on. But the need to recharge for yourself and learn to rely on yourself is a lesson that you're going to both go through individually. And that's what you're being called to do, especially with the Nine of Pentacles there. You have the Ten of Cups in the relationships, but don't drain the relationship of its love because the lack of attention you may be giving to yourself, right? It's okay to take that time for yourself. Go ahead and do that. And I think you both are probably going to get into like a schedule or a routine where you realize like what's really best for you. King of Swords on the bottom of the deck is the Hangman. Yeah, your perception of one another is really going to shift. And I like this. You're going to understand. It almost feels like telepathy, if I had to be honest. Let's look at deceit in your overall energy. I was just really called to clarify that, so I did. Let's look at deceit. Yeah, King of Wands in reverse. I like this in the Hermit. Yeah. The need to prove oneself. Right? That's going to fall away for both of you, right? The fighting about, I want to be heard, I want to be seen, I want you to recognize me as the king, as the leader, as the one that people can rely on. You're not going to fight for that anymore because you realize it's self-sabotaging, that people just naturally want to rely on you. Both of you both move in the same way. It's really interesting. And with the Hermit there, you're both learning to rely on yourselves. You're really going to start showing up for yourselves. This Venus retrograde is really going to do you a lot of good in I'm excited for you. This is good. Yeah, Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah, which is Leo. And it's also the card of recognition. You're going to communicate how this desire for recognition, or even realize, because swords are thought, intellect, perception, and communication. So it doesn't mean you're going to be communicating with somebody else. It could be with yourself, but it's the realization of like, whoa, my desire to want my partner to see this in me is actually making me feel less than. Like, do I see it in me? And that's all that matters. Like, we cannot force somebody else to recognize something in us. We can't, because they might not be able to see it, right? What are you going to do? Spell it out for them? That's not going to be authentic when they do, right? Just show up that way for yourself. You're both going to start doing this. Your relationship's going to have a lot of healing. Yeah, because you're going to be mourning the parts of you that feel inadequate, and that leads to your new beginning, and it's going to work out in your favor. It's going to be a lot of change. I won't be shocked if you end up moving within the next 6 months, 5-6 months. But Gemini, this is what I have for you. If you want a personal reading or a Reiki session, go ahead, book it down below through my website description box. I also have a 4- and 6-month long mentorship program if you want to become an energy healer. I am a certified Reiki practitioner, a Reiki master, as well as a shaman and shamanic healer. So go ahead, check that out if you're interested in shamanic or quantum healing, as well as Reiki. I have single day crash courses. I have month-long, 4-6 month-long programs, as well as classes I am holding in September, which will be 3-hour-long classes for each level of Reiki if you're local to North Carolina. Okay? Everything I offer is available on my website globally, regardless if you're in person or at a distance. And check out Patreon if you want access to the weekly love readings. And I'll see you next time.